Saints first. My name is Kenneth Burr. My company is ILEG Infusion Light Energy Gain. My cat's don't have a fit right now because he can't come in here and get in trouble. But he's in his bunker right now because I'm going to do these demonstrations. Usually we have to have the door open because the projectors to accumulate some heat. So he's in the bunker right now. The technology we have here, some of it is basically our new technology under, well, actually all of the new technology, but this is technology right here under the ILEG Vision Tech TV projection screens is what it's using on these smaller projectors we have over here. Why do we have a menu up here? I should have a menu on the side. Over here we're using our QME projector, 300 lumens, 50 lumens Magsonic. $60 projector over there for the floor, which is an NEC, and an LW Chrissy $450 over there for the huge display we have over here on our quantum technology. So this is our screen paints that we make under quantum. This right here is a highly concentrated formula that we are engineering for the quantum. Has a spray-on application that can be used for inflatable projection screens to convert them over. As I said before, a surface for inflatables are extremely temperamental. You can crack, you can damage the screen very easily. We have experience in that field of working with inflatables, so we know exactly what we're doing. So the coating we have here is designed for floors, it's going to be designed for ceilings, all that other cool applications you want to do with that for infinity ceilings. Yes, you can use this for spraying onto your wall for other things also too. And on top of that, like I said, converting those white inflatable projection screens with that technology, not a problem. So we're doing a full display in here. I didn't know how this was going to work out because we couldn't get the fire sticks to operate to the floor. For some reason, I think the fire sticks just don't work with that projector, which I find it strange because we had no problem with it before, but I don't want to run on that projector anymore. So we got it running on the 50 lumen right now. So someone was requesting a lights out demonstration. Like I said, we don't do them. It's rare that we do one of these, because majority of the demonstrations we do are light well-lit environments. We've been doing for the last couple of days, but we've been requesting for lights out. I guess some people are going to be setting up gaming studios and they want to see exactly how it reacts with the lights out. Actually fantastic. As you can see, I have to run all my stuff. I just jumped onto a couple more form sites for the PCs. They've just been loaded onto 2 form sites, so we got a lot of freaking messages about what are those right there. They love them. So yeah, we're going to be showing off a couple more over there. So now I got another form so I can go to and show off the PC builds. But yep, this is our setup in here in the office, which I'm still not even done yet. I'm still working because the table has to be done. Once we finish the table, we'll be able to project, clean up the table from here to here. All this will be able to project off. And I got another projector coming in here. So since my screen's going to come up here and cut across there, it's not going to be as high as this, but it's going to come across here. This is going to allow me to run 3 QMEs here. And then I'm going to do a 235.1 widescreen right across the top of that, right next to the lights. And my projector is going to be right here. So I got permission to mount, which means I can mount a projector stand there to be able to run my projector over there. So I won't have to build one of those. I don't want to build a mount for that, because a mount for that's a heavy projector. A mount for that means I would have to have some very serious long screws to run into this wall to do it. And no, but the other projector, the ViewSonics, they're small projectors. They're nowhere near the size of that thing. So I can just connect that right there. Connect right there. I'm going to do a 235 for the top. And in the bottom, we're going to run some ultra short throw LGs at the bottom. So we'll have multiple displays here, 235 right here, big screen here, floor display there, and a bunch of screens for the technology here. And then over there we got the invisible technology, which I have another QME coming in for that one over there too. So I guess it's going to be 4 QMEs. I thought it was going to be 3. Oh yeah, it has to be 4, because that was my projector where I take out with me when I have to go out and show off the screen. So that's going with me. So right now we're using Fire Stick over here, which was a pain in the neck to get that thing up and going. I had to go into freaking the firmware and something else to do with the network settings, and it worked. For some reason it just wouldn't work there. It works here instead. So we're on Fire Stick over here. So this is how easy you can set up. On top of that, cheap. Yes, to do this setup is very, very, very cheap. The screen we have here is cardboard. This is all cardboard right here. That's why I left the box exposed. So they don't believe me when they come in and go, This is not cardboard. I forget. This is actually all cardboard. Plastic panels. I got 9 panels for $48. Got them over on eBay. Sorry, not eBay, Amazon, and glued them all in, piece by piece. They're all put in. These are all multiple panels, all together. Multiple panels on that side. The entire case system here. This is all cardboard. All this is cardboard. This whole thing, all that's cardboard. Ran LED lights and everything through it. The top part, to make sure that the screen, because this thing is heavy, that it doesn't sink in or cause a U shape or cause it to bend. This is all done with reinforced panels all the way across to strengthen the structure. So it can hold this. The thing has weight to it. So our screen goes from here at 160 inches, 1610. It goes from here to here. I don't have the full screen expanded. So this will run ultra short throw, long throw, whatever you want to throw up there. Floor is being done with an NEC projector. Oh, by the way, this projector here, probably won't be able to see it. I don't know if you see it or not. That projector right there is a Chrissy LW 400. I've used that projector multiple times in multiple locations, even on site, on a setup. I use that same projector and never had any issues with it. Fantastic. That's when we were able to push the screen through the window. That was the same projector I'm using right now with our technology. Got a commercial here. This is supposed to be on the screen. It's supposed to be so dark you can't watch it. What am I kicking over here? Oh, stand. Remember that snare? I told you, any screens they scream about the most are the ones they fear the most. This is running through my PC. This would be virtually impossible because I run my PC through here. And I have to be to work, so I have to have all my lights on in here when I'm working. That would not work at all. But we know how that goes, right? We know. I'm used to it. Intimidation, people that are scared of our products. Look, if you're scared of this stuff, wait till you see when the 15%, that black 15% technology comes out. This stuff right here, this is a nightmare for a screen. Absolute freaking nightmare. That's the one you really got to be shouting about on your channel. If you're going to fear something at the end of the day, this would be the one right here. Because this could obsolete a gray screen at freaking 50 lumens in a fully lit environment. So that's the one you need to fear. I think what it is when we launched this one, they didn't know this one was being made. So that's why I told you at the end of the day, never worry about what you see. Always worry about what you can't see. So when you were on there ranting about, the people ranting about this because they're afraid of this screen, you didn't realize that that one was being developed and that one is designed to take out a gray. They don't know where to go. They're so confused. Now, while you're trying to rant on this one, you got to figure out exactly how many of these do we actually have designed waiting. That's why I say you'll never catch up. That's just a message to the naysayers. We got to give them a shout out. But they do their job. Oh, by the way, advertising in the office does not hurt me. It brings me business, a lot of money. Thank you so much. I got to appreciate that. Also, too, I got a showroom coming up pretty soon. Can you advertise that for me? Because I really appreciate it. Free advertisement is not easy to get. I'm going to tell you right now. Keep in mind, if you badmouth it, it's not going to do any good. They're going to come in and see this. So again, you bring me money. I love doubters at the end of the day. I love doubters. Doubters are the best customers ever in the entire world. And I'll tell you why. Those are the ones that will be the most loyalists in the end. You know why? They'll have all this doubt in them. When they come in and it basically shoots down all their theories, they become our #1 customers. They become our best customers. They're the ones who will advertise for us on every level you could possibly think of. They become like 100% true believers in our technology. They're the best. That's why I thank you so much for working for me. So when you advertise for me, you're not hurting me. This place is designed for people to come in and see my technology. I want more people to come in here and see this. I welcome them. Heck yes. Advertise for me some more. And if you say it's fake and phony, add that in there too. Because I want them to be all hyped up when they come down, thinking it doesn't work. And I go, bam, look at this. And they go, oh, shoot, you got to be freaking kidding me. I've gotten that many times before. I had somebody come down to the house over in Haventown one time, right? And the guy was really respectful and everything. He didn't come in being rude or ignorant and everything. So he called me first before he got to the driveway. And he said, hey, I just want to come see the screen. That's all I want to do. basically about it. And I was like, okay, no problem. I'll let him in. And he saw the screens. He was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. They look just like this on YouTube. I said, yes, they do. He said, this is unbelievable. So he's talking about what he wanted. He got a screen for his backyard. He got a screen for his gaming room. He got a screen for his bar. He advertised this to his friends, his family. Yeah, thank you. You work for me now. That's what you do for me. You make those non-believers. I love the non-believers. This is why I go to the forum sites. The forum sites are full of non-believers. That's why I love being in there. That brings me money at the end of the day. So you work for me technically. I'm going to put you in advertisement. That's what you're in right now. You're advertised for me. So that's why I said when Cat Williams said, if you got 30 haters at the end of the day, get yourself 30 more. Gotta love the haters. That's what he was talking about. Haters bring you money. Wow. I can't wait till we do the floor. The floor is the next one we're working on right now. So the floor is going to have a sensor system. So when you touch it, the water separates. That's what I'm building for the Good Shepherd, for them over there. Screens for rehabilitation to help people out with their motivation skills. You know, when they've been in injuries or accidents, or maybe they may have disabilities and stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on next. So we got that. I got a Epson laser projector coming through. And that one hooks up with this piece we got in here. What are we running through? Oh, we're running through Fire Sticks on this one. There's going to be long commercials on here. They didn't like that, did they? Now they're going to get mad and remove it. Don't remove it. Keep it on there. What are you doing? I need the advertisement's fantastic. Like I said, before we get to the court dates and all that stuff, right? I got a couple locations I would love to have you advertise for me. You know, I love the doubters because, you know, they bring us money. Just like when they go to the website, or they had websites, they go to the website and they would basically say something nasty about a company, and they would go, people are researchers. They do. They research everything. They will research everything. And they see that up there. Guess what I'm doing? I'm going to the website. I'm going to see exactly why this guy's talking all this trash about this guy. I get majority of people to contact me and say, yeah, I came from so-and-so, or James, let's put his name here, Crow. I came from Crow, and he was talking all this trash about your product. I want to see for myself what you got. And they said, man, I've been on your website, man. The stuff you have on there is absolutely insane. Yeah, because they do comparison. They compare my stuff. That's why you realize he copies our work. He used to copy our work all the time. He's probably copying it now, thinking he has their stuff. But anyway, yeah, you guys advertise for me. Williams, you advertise for me. You work for me. So when you talk all that trash, people come here to see my demonstrations versus yours. Like when you talked about direct sunlight, and I showed a demonstration of actual direct sunlight on a screen. There you go. That's why I have more views than you do. That's why I have more videos. I got more subscribers than you have at the end of the day. I have more customers. I make more money than you at the end of the day because you guys work for me. And you don't even get paid. You're doing this for free out of your own pocket. Your time is now my time. I have your time now. So when you go on YouTube and you carry an act up, you advertise for me. That's what you do. You don't bring any hatred toward me. People come and see my videos. Look at my videos compared to theirs. There you go. See? You advertise for me. If someone's talking trash about somebody, I'm going to go check it out. What the heck are they talking trash about this guy for? Oh, I got to see his page. And they're going to go there thinking that my page is going to be really, really bad. Like my videos are going to be awful. And they get there and see that my stuff is better than y'all's. And then they realize, like, oh, I see now. They jealous. There you go. You outed yourself. This is how beautiful it is for the hater. You've outed yourself as being a person that's jealous of my work. You've advertised for me. You brought business my way. So technically, all in all, you work for me. Now, when you slander my face, people see it for what it is. This is a person that's very upset and jealous. They see the jealousy. That's what they see. Every customer I've gotten, even got some of your customers, have contacted us and complained about those gray screens not working correctly. And we got their stuff working. But as I said before, they said, yeah, it's jealousy. But anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about the amazing setup we got in here. I got to do some with LED lights under the desk, because I got to do that. Because I got a huge area in the desk. I definitely want a LED light under the desk, do something pretty cool with it. So yeah, we're going to cyberpunk this out. Let me see. So we got the PC running over here. There are a couple of gamers asking about the tile systems for their gaming. I thought my cat just walked by me in a few minutes. I have him in the bunker over there. So they're asking about gaming. Now the tile system for this was very cheap to set up. Like I said, if you don't want to use these boxes, you can actually go in and get the heavy. If I could have gotten the heavy, thick cardboard, the big ones, that would have been easier because it'd have been much larger panels. It'd have been like 1, 2, 3, bam, it'd have been done. But couldn't get them in there because every time I ordered them, they jack them up. I had a set come in here and the sides were all torn up. They were bent. Like they bent them in half. They didn't put them in proper boxing. And I was like, I'm done. I can't use it anymore because I tried that already and it didn't work. So we had to go this route, and this route would actually work much better. And then the panel systems, everything's put on with glue. It's all done with hot glue, all of it. And the hot glue sticks to it perfectly. Once you attach the panels, they're on there. But they're also easy to remove too if you want to put them back on. I don't have the stand because I got to walk around for all this so you can see all this. And then the projectors, super cheap, Cumi, right here, 40 bucks. This is 720p unit. I got it in portrait mode right now. So you can do these in portrait or you can do it in landscape, however way you want to do it. I built this stand right here so I can set it up and I can do it in portrait if I want to. So very easy to do. And I like these projectors overall. On this one, on the Magsonic, because the Magsonic projectors are nice. They do have a battery pack and carry where you want to go. But the thing about it is it only has so much you can do in the menu. And if you want to reverse this and do this kind of like in a rear projection kind of setup, this doesn't have a rear projection setting where this one has all the bells and whistles as a regular projector does. It has SD cards and everything else you can hook on the back of this. If you want to put a flash drive, this is what I got it for because I need to do demonstrations when I'm out there. I can bring out a portable screen, put my flash drive, load some movies in, bam, show it off. I can't do it with this one. Except for this one has a battery pack and this one does not have a battery pack. So yeah, I have to get that little power station to do that. Let's get something else on here besides this. Oh, I found this cool, I don't know who makes these. They're nice, but there's just so many commercials in between them. But they are nice. I liked how they did them, how they designed them. It's got a look at kind of a cool retro look to it. That's the one I showed off in the videos with Aerosmith, man. They're nice, I love them. Let's see something about that one. I gotta go back a little bit more. Yeah, these right here. I don't know who started these things, man. This is a fantastic idea. I need more stuff like this. It's got that anime kind of look to it. Look at that, kind of an old-fashioned retro with the lines in between, like you're using 35mm film. That's what it looks like. I gotta get you close on this to see this, so you can see how that looks. That is really cool. I want to paint a PC that looks like, this kind of looks like the kind of artwork they do for like I get BioShock and the other one mixed up all the time. Borderlands. It's got a Borderland kind of look to it. That's what I like about it. I think that's why I'm attracted to it. It's got a Borderlands. I'm a big fan of Borderlands graphics. So I do need a PC that looks like Borderlands. But yeah, man, that looks so beautiful, man. And with the pink, I love this freaking pink and blue, the whole Miami Vice 1980s kind of look. But then again, if you look at the retro, not the retro, but the cyberpunk, which is set in the future, has the same kind of color pattern. You can love it. But yeah, very easy to do. Those projectors right here, these are NEC. I'll put the model number for each one. I think it's a sorry, I'm reading it backwards. MU361X. These you can get right here for under $200. Very cheap. We use them all the time. That needs a new lamp, by the way. And the lamps are cheap. The lamps are very cheap. The lamps are like $35, 50 bucks. That's it. Same thing for the lamps for this, the 35, 50 bucks. I have another one here sitting on the floor that I bought. That one has a different lens attached to it. So yeah. Freaking love this setup. Very cheap to do. The floor is done with gym mats. So you've got the gym mats and they were all sprayed and coated over. So that way we can piece the whole floor together, put it all together back again. And mine, this floor has been through some stuff. I got a cat in here and my cat has got just nail marks freaking where he's basically scratched into it. Oh, it's all kinds of damage he did to it. But it still works. He's the best tester I've ever had in my entire life. And they walk over it all the time. Because people are asking if you walk over the top with crack and peel. Nope. You can run chairs across there. I've had a chair sitting on here, gaming on here on this side. So you can run chairs across it, walk on it, whatever. Can't jack it up. It bleeds into the surface. That's why. It's a bleeding process. So there's no anywhere you can jack it up. You can rip it in half and you still can watch a movie off of it. Ha! He just gave his 2 cents. He was like, huh. Huh. But these are pretty hot. I don't know who does it. Well, we know who does these. But these are pretty hot. I like these right here. Now you can see the white letters pop up. This is how our technology reads. So as you can see white lettering. You can see everything pop up crystal clear. Unlike the person who made the statement that the product is unwatchable, it'd be impossible. Again, I'm not in a home. I'm in an office. So there are people down the hallway over there. They're basically starting to open up. The whole area is lit. There's people moving all back and forth through here. So I have my door open sometime when I'm in here working because, again, the projectors heat up. And we got people popping all the time and look at the screens. They walk on the floors. They come over and look at the PCs and stuff. So they're in here looking at this stuff. So if it didn't work and it did the same thing as he said in his apartment, none of this would function, especially with the lighting we have in here. And mind you, he did that demonstration in a dark apartment and we're in a commercial lit environment. So ain't gonna happen. So making the excuse that we're using special abilities on a camera, how would that work if someone's sitting next to me looking at the same screen? Unless I got mind control. If that's the case, I need to sew me a cape and go rule the world or something. I don't know. That would be impossible. I bet you $100. I probably can be on a display room with a bunch of people, thousands of people in a display room, and they'll still sit there and say, "Oh, he's using camera tricks." Yeah, that's not going to work in that situation. But okay, we'll go with whatever. Let me see. Let's go over to. We got mics on this one. Where are mics sitting at? I think they're here. 4K snow screensavers. We got water screensavers, so used to pulling water up. I said snow. 4K snow screensavers. Microphone is near the blizzard. The blizzard. You hear that? That's how much air that thing gives off. Those are the blizzards. Let's try it again. Oh, it picked up microphone. Weird. 4K snow screensavers. There we go. Very easy to do. Under the same panel system I have here for the walls. I'm gonna be doing the table pretty soon because we're gonna tron out the table. Really, did I just come out of a commercial just to go into a commercial? That's how bright our white levels are. We've done this with lights on and off. I turn to the side, did this with the lights on too also. See, when you turn your camera and you lean toward the wall, see that white light slither that's supposed to pull up from here to the bottom? That shows you your screen is generating an extremely high white level. That's what it means when you turn on your angle this way. So when you see me turn to the side, just like this, you see how that white light pushing off that screen? That means that black technology can read a white level and generate that high. Look at the ceiling. It can generate a light level that high that I can sit right here on the side of it and still pick up this bright, sharp white line all the way from one end to the next. That's how you know when you have an extremely good black technology. If that screen was too dark, as the individual stated, this would be virtually impossible. Especially if you did it in the dark. So again, still virtually impossible. And mind you, my screen's much bigger. My projector sits back. It's a long throw and all that other stuff comes into play. But other words, from the door, we know you're jealous. We know that. You're very jealous of what we do, but I can back my technology up. See? Whee! Do. So when you see me turn to a side, this is what you don't see black screens doing, and they should do this. This shows you when you see that nice slither of white light right there, that lets you know that screen is seeing white light. It's picking it up on an angle. That's how bright it's coming up. Now look at the ceiling. That's how much light that's coming off that ceiling. See that? See that? There we go. That's coming off that screen. So that'd be virtually impossible for it to pick up as it was claimed. Mind you, you don't get this right in cord. This is going to cost you an arm and a leg. Got to sue somebody over that. There you go. I speak to them because they're in the room. They're always in the room. They're weird. They're always in the room. They watch me 24/7. All right, let me see. Let's come out of here. I do like that work, man. They did. Who did that? What's this right here? What do we got? Oh, we got an open window. Let's go to an open window. Let's do an open window. Oh, I love these. I love these right here. So I can actually looking at a window. Hold on for a minute. I'm just climb up here. Oh! Somebody did one of these with their technology. They built an actual window. It was like a room. It was like a room, a wall here, but there was a room behind it. And they put in this huge window they put in, and they had a projector behind it, and they used their invisible technology to bring the window to life. It was amazing. I've seen some people do some really cool stuff with our products. They really think outside the box, some pretty wild stuff. But he had a room in the next room, and that was the projector room. And what they did was they had a whole skyline that would pop up. They could change it to any scenery they wanted. I thought that was the coolest thing I ever saw. And he wanted something that he could operate with the projector, had the lights on in the other room, of course, you know, because you got to see all the equipment and everything, and still have the lights on the other side. And we saw the demonstration with the light being shown on both sides. That's why they came and purchased from us. Because usually in those demonstrations, they'll keep that back area dark, because any light transferred through will darken the screen in the front. That's why. Ah, it's changed the floor out. We were watching the floor for the longest time. Let's change up the floor to something else. That's why when I turn on, ooh, what we got here? When I turn on this projector, I try to do something different every single time. Because nobody wants to look at the same old wall. Oh, yes, we got outer space. Things move around. I like these right here. You want to see something different. You know what I mean? This gives you ideas. This gives you ideas on how to think outside the box. And seeing the same display over and over again, same projector over and over again, same wall, same environment every single day. That's why we try to change things out. Oh, this is pretty cool. Now, this would have been fantastic for the ceiling. All right, we need stars on this side now. Let me see. I'm going to change out this over here. These are the Picos as we're working on next. Working on projection screens that can run off Picos. We're doing that right now. And fully lit environments, so that way you can replace your PC monitors and all that stuff with some of the stuff we're going to be working on. So no, they're not going to look like this. This is just prototype to say exactly how high we would need one, because I do want to do wraparounds. We got this thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be 3D printing screens that match your desk. So this is a screen that connects to the top of your desk, and it rolls up like this. It comes up, so you have a wraparound screen, like bath fitters, how they fit this bathtub over top of your previous bathtub. It's going to be like that. So your entire desk becomes one big giant screen. This is a screen, the screen that rolls up in the screen, and we can make it wrap all the way around you. Or pretty soon, I got a couple buddies coming in, and we're going to be making office pods. Oh, I can't. I got it. These things are going to be amazing. You're going to hate to leave work. That's how amazing these things are going to be. They're designed to control stress, relaxation, all that, to make it feel like you're just like at home working. But you're not. That's what I mean by thinking outside the box. We're past the whole point of projection screen displays. We want to go do something even more crazier. And all this is going to be super affordable. Anyone can afford it, and that's the whole purpose. Now, prices, as you see right there, will be coming down a little bit more, because we're looking at other shipping carriers. It comes to other shipping carriers. It does. Shipping carriers make it easier for us to make the prices a lot more affordable. But like I said, all the technology we're going to be showing off is going to do things that certified screens and other screens don't even do. I want to change this out to something over here, because I've been looking at the stars for quite a bit. What do we got going on over here? We got a nice little waterfall going on. I'm going to take this waterfall. There we go. We got a nice little waterfall on this side. And over here, let me see, I'm liking that. Let's space this out a little bit. Oh, what's this one right here? This is another one they did like that. Can I get myself a space station screensaver? Ooh. What are you? Oh, this is awesome, man. Oh, this is different. I've never seen one like this before. Oh, we got to check this out. It's got that same graphic design as the other one did. Oh, wow. Look at look how black the levels are. This is what I love about being able to show off how these screens pose. It's insane black level. Oh, who's got this? Daphne subscribing. Thank you so much, Daphne. Man, I love it. I freaking love it. See that 100% black level? That's what I talk about. See the separation of gray and black? It reads both of them. That's what you're supposed to be to do. See that 100% black level right there? This is what I'm looking at right here. This is what I'm seeing right there. That 100% black level. Mind you, if I take a gray screen and I stick it against that and hit that with a cell phone flashlight, it disappears. Because you're not reading contrast with a gray screen or white screen. They don't register. I like this. That is pretty cool. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you know, that would be hot for the floor. But I like this right here, but I want to do something for the floor. The floor's looking kicking cool. We should put a star field on the floor to go with this. Yep, there it is right there. Now we got a star field for the floor. They don't like star fields. They don't. Just so you know, they can't stand it when we mention star fields. It ticks them off. And the reason why, because they can't pull off a star field. That's why. They can't read it. I'll show you. Watch this. Where's my cell phone at? Is it on me? It's on me. Okay. Now, like I said before, when people say, well, I'm going to be in the dark anyway, it really doesn't make a difference. Let's make everything all outer space. I want everything to be all outer space. Let me see. Come over here. The screens. I want them outer space. Give some vertical outer space. Run the wrong one for this one. Okay. I'm liking this one right here. Loop it. Okay, it's looped. So we've got a nice outer space there. Let me see over here. Outer space screensavers. You can put the nebula right there. Outer space digital dashboard screensaver. Outer space digital dashboard screensaver. Oh, the AI doesn't understand it for Jack. Digital dashboard screensaver. See? Didn't understand what I just said. Literally just said it crystal clear and she didn't understand it. Star Trek. In the command center. And pretty soon we'll have a 235 stretch here. And at the bottom, we're going to have two LG short throws here and here. We'll do a whole command center in here. Kind of reminds me of a model I used to have when I was a young kid. Star Trek Enterprise. I'll find something like it too awesome. As you get some ideas rolling. Now, people are asking, what is the most affordable kit we have? Got one for $187. They actually sell quite nicely too. $187 paints the screen up to 120 inches. And as for your projector, well, get one for 50 bucks. $60, $40. That was $75, but I would go with this one instead of that one, to tell you the truth, honestly. Yeah, spend a lot of money. Let me see something. Where in the world is this at too? I got it on me? Yeah, I got it on me. I'm like hearing all the commands in Star Trek right now in the back of my head. To the bridge! Proton torpedoes. To boldly go where no man has gone before. To seek out new worlds, new civilizations. Okay, let me see. That's why we can't use grade screens. We do this because, again, we get this all the time. We'll have somebody come on here and go, oh, but I can do the same thing. Just because you're in the dark doesn't mean it's going to work. See? Can't work. Can't read the contrast. That's why it won't work. We know what happens if I put you against this screen. You change colors. This is the 15% over here. The TV technology. Keep it to our basic. And we're going to come over here on this screen. Put it right here. Oh, it gets kind of dizzy when you're sitting right up on top of it. People in the hallway are staring at the screen. You can't miss that screen. From down the hallway, you can't miss it. They're like, whoa, what the heck is that thing? Now see how we can blend in? And this is the Quasar. See right there? Simple flashlight for my phone. And this is the Quantum. This is the screen, Quantum Black Star. This is the screen so-called on a 4K laser projector. Well, our projector's way back there. We're 720p at WXGA at $50. At 1,000:1 contrast. That's all we have on our projector back there versus a projector at 2 million. So it shows that it doesn't work. And by the way, if you want to know what that screen paint is, That's a black and white mixture. We made it on camera. So if I have any light in this environment, especially this right here, a little cell phone flashlight, that's not going to read it. The screen can't read it. It can't absorb the light. That's why you have to be in a dark environment when you have gray screens all the time. See this screen right there? Watch. It's not affect their screen in any way whatsoever when it affects the gray screen. Because they're not ambient light projections. A lot of problems they have. See here? So see right there? Well, it's a little bit of light, that's all it takes. That's why it can't be used. Now, people get offended and get mad about this, but look, I'm not lying about it. I'm not speaking the truth. That is what it is. The problem is that they've lied a lot on camera about these screens. When they first came out, people kept it to the book. They didn't lie about it. Because it was going against a white screen, it was better than a white screen. But now you got more advanced screens, much more darker screens, more advanced screens. These don't do exactly what they claim to do. They're trying to keep up with the gunmetal screens and black screens, or our screens only one's black right now. Compared to the other ones, they're no testing. But anyway, they've just been overhyping these screens, but they don't do exactly as they claim they do. And they'll stick them up on high-end projectors to try to make their images look better and different. But all in all, even with a high-end projector, they're still stuck in a dark environment because contrast doesn't read on them and colors don't pick up on them. I can just take a simple cell phone. And this is why people put the lights over top of the screen to show that the screen is reading the light. Well, the problem you have with that is when you take a gray screen and you do this demonstration test, you have no comparison screen up there. So doing this doesn't mean jack at all. You have to have a comparison up there. Which I'll show you. Now we'll take a white surface. White surface up here. There we go. White surface, right? White surface doesn't pick up for jack at all. Let me turn this down some. White surface doesn't pick up for jack, as you can see. Oh shit, volume went up. Alright, so you can see white surface doesn't pick up for jack. I don't need a flashlight to wash that out, it just doesn't pick up. But if I hit it with a little bit of light, as you can see, it's gone. And as you see with the gray screen, problem you have here is the fact that it may show a little bit of improvement because it is darker than the white screen, but all in all, it still has the same failure process. As you can see. White surface, I don't need a flashlight for this. Just not going to show, period, because it's white. But when I see people doing these demonstrations, they'll take a whatchamacallit, a flashlight, and they will hit their screen with it and go, look, it absorbs light. That doesn't mean jack at all, period. This doesn't mean nothing at all, period. You have to have something compared to. Okay, that just happened. I'm gonna lay this here. Right there. I'm going to go grab my stand. I'm going to fix this a little better so it stays. I have no idea what just happened. Everything just fell over. Let's go fix this real quick. Let me see. Come on, I need you to back right. I need you to fold over. This doesn't know what I'll fold over. Let's see what we got going on here. Hold on for a minute. My stand is acting bonkers with me now. There we go. You guys back in the stand. It just takes about a minute to fix, that's all. I didn't really have the screen up there. It was just sitting up there. And just take a little bit of wind would have knocked it over. Alright. put you guys here while I fix that. Problem. Should have opened these up. There we go. This is better. Should have did it this way. This would have worked out much better than the other way I had it. Oh, we can hide something. Alright, let's see. Screen. There we go. That's back to normal over there. I don't know if I bumped it myself, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is how I did it. So I got two boxes on the back because it's holding the screen up. And what I should have opened up the boxes. I could have dropped parts and stuff I use for work in here, and that'd have kept the screen balanced. That was a smarter way to do it. But it's back up. No damage. Alright, so I hit my mouse. So I took this out. So expand the size of this again. Let's see, what else do they have on here? Oh, okay. What are we hitting here? I can't wait till we do wire management here. I got so much stuff I'm going to be hiding underneath this desk. I got piping. I'm going to run a pipe system through here, a flat square pipe system. I'm going to feed everything through there. That's what I'm going to do. Hide all these wires and stuff, get them off the desk, be done with it. Oh, yeah. Kind of forgot about that. All right. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm just some MacGyver craziness right now. The projector we have here does charge off a battery system. And we're running it independently off the battery, which I just realized that. Because we usually run it off the PlayStation, right? So we're going to do some MacGyver craziness. I'm going to charge it off another projector. That's what we're going to do. I need 2 hands to do this. And for some reason, this stand is being a jerk right now. So, basically, this projector runs off. You can run them off batteries and stuff, but they won't last long. So this is a charge port right here, which is going over to there. And we're going to plug this USB. I wonder if this would work. Can I charge this off here? Off this projector? Using the USB port? Is that possible? So it does work. So I'm literally using one projector to charge another projector. That's what happened. Oh, sorry about that, people. Let me take out the stand. The stand's being wonky today. I don't have time to be wonky with the stand. The stand's going to be a jerk, Let me see. So right here, battery died on it. So what we're doing is we're running a charge port from here into the projector. This projector is actually charging this because this runs off power right here. So we're using one projector to power another one. Ah, we're going to do some MacGyver craziness. MacGyver! We're going to do some MacGyver. MacGyver! And there you go. Using one projector to power another projector. With that MacGyver. MacGyver! If you watch Saturday Night Live, you remember MacGyver. Now, bigger question, is a Fire Stick going to operate? Because Fire Sticks are finicky as I don't know what. So let's see if that works at the end of the day. If it doesn't, I have to go back in and do the same freaking clown I had to go to some stuff. I had to probably do the whole thing all over again. Reset it, come back in, do it all over again. Whatever. Change the time zones for some weird reason. That works. I don't know why. Don't even question that one. All right. Make sure I'm not hooked to anything. That's why I need to get all my wires put up because I'm always hooked to something. All right. Let's get back to this. All right. So as I said before, white screen doesn't run. Gray screen doesn't run at all, period. Same thing. Are we past time here? Not yet. Because we have to do a short video of the bleed out. Because I had someone ask me about that one. They want to see that again. Oh, by the way, we're monitor free. This is my monitor over here. Right here, which I'm going to be giving away to Goodwill. So brand new monitor. I'm going to give that away. All the parts and everything needs, so I can use that for themselves. And I'm going to be operating off here. This is my screen I'm going to be using. And I'm not overheating because I can open my door, which I want to from time to time. Just Taco will be in his bunk for a little bit, and then after that, they'll bring him back out. Asking for remote control. Let's see. That's why I keep seeing the stars moving on the floor. Oh, that's the Death Star. Oh, that's one of the ways. Isn't that kind of rounded? That's the Death Star. I wonder what else they have on this account. Amazing wallpaper with sound. What else do we have on here? Was that a UFO? We literally got a UFO. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Freaking UFO. I'm taking the mouse with me. You're gonna do some cool stuff on here. Got a UFO in a cave. Let's see what else they have on here. On their account. Let's go to videos. A lot of Christmas stuff. This stuff would have came in handy for some demonstrations. So now we got it. We're good. some really deep contrast levels over there. Oh, 2024. Woo! Very cool. We'll do something crazy with the floor. I gotta do a vortex with the floor. That actually makes me dizzy. Wait, they got one? I wonder if this one doesn't have a whole lot of commercials attached to it, because man, I can't stand it with that. So many commercials attached to them. Oh, please, someone doesn't have a bunch of commercials. I'm gonna let that run for a bit. I want to see if any commercials pop up. What is this one? Is this company by? Oh, this is a different one. Maybe this will have because I like these right here because they match everything. All right, we got to do something with the floor because now we're not in space anymore, so we got to match the floor. So we get for the floor. We got this one right here. With psychedelic colors.
Oh my gosh, she didn't. You know I wanted this.
Oh, that's pretty cool one for me. See how that works out. Not really. Not really. Got this pink in here. Kind of a 3D effect. But I'm going to do a... Oh. Okay. Every time I see anything, I think of Doctor Who. I swear, much of Doctor Who. That's a nice color matching display with this. Oh wow, that's freaking cool. It's like you can fall right into the floor. Look right down in there. I don't like these mats. The ones I had a better locking system. The locking system on these are absolutely garbage. So I'm definitely going to be sticking these on the blacklist because I've had these forever. And I know exactly these are worst ones I've ever had in my life. I had the other ones, man. My cat runs across these, he'll separate them. I walk across them, I'll separate them. The locking system on these things are horrible. Do not buy these. I'm definitely going to put them on the blacklist. Now, like I said, the blacklist was designed that, and look at bad projectors and stuff like that. I can warn people to stay away from those particular merchants. You know, that's what that was good. That was what that was for. It wasn't meant to be for that other nonsense, but since they were doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing, they ended up on it. You don't end up on the blacklist for, we have to catch you doing something really jacked up. We don't put people on there for the sake of just being on there. If you notice, Williams is not on the blacklist. Because what Williams is doing, he's just doing trolling. He's doing just dumb stuff at the end of the day. The stuff he's doing, basically, there's different ways to handle it. We contact his building. We reach out to the managers over there, building assistant. We contact them. And we send over our complaint we have against him. And as long as we can show that there's substantial evidence showing him committing these acts, that's how we handle that situation. So that's being handled already. As for if he's doing something like where he's selling products and he's ripping off consuming this thing over there. Anyway, so yeah, there are places we had to file for that nonsense. For the whole ripping people off and fake minister nonsense he was doing. But other than that, if he was selling screen paints and he was doing that kind of nonsense, that's the field we're in, he was ripping people off, yeah, he ended up on the blacklist. He'd be on there. That's how you get up on there. But you don't get on there for the sake of just putting you on there because we dislike you or something like that. You don't get on there. We have to have evidence. You get sued for that kind of stuff. We're literally suing people for that. As we speak, we're suing people for that, for making false accusations. So everything we have on there is legit. We can use all that we have on there in court against someone because it's legit. But other than that, no, that's the reason why people end up on blacklists. And the first ones, if you notice, when you look at when you first go on a blacklist, you notice the first things that pop up are fake projectors. Yeah, because that's what we're putting up there. A lot of fake projectors. We're buying these projectors, we're testing them out. And influencers, we're not saying all of them, but some of the influencers were coming on there and they were giving these projectors high marks. And those projectors were trash. We got a hold like, no, they're trash. They're this, that, and the other. Then later on, they'll come back and say, well, I kind of further reviewed and realized it was so and so and so. Yeah, because they lined your pockets with some money and you just went on there and lied about it. That's what you did. That projector was garbage. We had a couple of them up there that was sheer garbage. That Valco, what do they call that projector? The VAKO, whatever it's called, YOKO. Those projectors were garbage. We came there and told you projectors were trash. We bought a couple of them, so they're trash projectors. This guy comes along and says, oh no, it's a fantastic projector. It just doesn't work on fake screen paints. No, it doesn't work on high professional screen paints because you don't see Black Diamond, Elite Screens, DMP Supernova. You'll never see any of those advertise any of those projectors. You will never see Bavals on there. You will never see IWAs on there. You will never see that. These guys will be Sony, Optima, LG, all of them, Samsung. They'll be with them. They don't do no demonstrations on those projectors. You've never seen Black Diamond Screen Innovation ever do any demonstration on those projectors. You know why? Even they know they're trash. So, with that being said, after he made that statement, about a couple of months later, so forth, Epson sued them. Epson sued them. They sued Valve. A bunch of GM Go, I think it's another one they call, where we said their projectors were trash also too. They sued them and they lost in court because they made a whole bunch of accusations that their projectors could do so and so and so, and Epson called bull and took them to court and won. And it's listed in AI, basically this on Google, as being one of the #1 phony projectors on the market. And this is when the guy was actually advertised on his page. Some of the projector works perfectly fine. Yeah, buy a scam projector with scam screen paint. That's where you want to go, right? It's like getting food poisoning. I'd rather throw it up at the end of the day and be done with it. But most people get it from both ends. Nobody wants it from both ends. That's a freaking nightmare. You're sitting there in the bathroom with a waste can on your lap. That's the most worst thing you can go through because now you're smelling it. And it's horrible. It's a horrible deal. Rather just get it from one end and be done with it. But no, buying that fake projector and a gray screen paint that's not going to function correct, oh man, it's like getting it from both ends. All right, we connected. Bam, we're back on. Bam, with the fire stick. Bam, bam. Takes a while. At least we got that fixed. We had to go in and update some stuff in there. Yeah, we got that fixed. So, fix the fire stick. Please don't ask me how to fix a fire stick. I don't even know. I winged that sucker and I landed it. All right. I had people contact me and say, how do you fix this projector? I can tell you the minimum. I'm not an expert in fixing projectors. I had a lot of them. That's all. I just had to troubleshoot them if I need to fix them. Like that one over there, the first time I've ever had a projector with a signal burn. I didn't even think that was even possible. I would think, okay, you would burn it on the lens, yeah. Burn it on the lamp, yeah. Or the lens would be different too. You can scrape your lenses and damage them pretty badly. But on the lamp, yeah, you could burn that on the lamp easy. But a signal burn? I've never heard of that. And I was about to take the projector back. And I read up on a signal burn. I was like, is that possible? And switched it out. The HDMIs we switched out because we can't use them. And we switched the signal burners on there. And put it on the VGA HDMI and it worked. So now I learned something new. So contacted them back and said, hey, look, next time you sell a projector, do not say it's fully tested because that means you lied. And we got into a little discussion. Because he was sitting there saying, well, you're going to call me a liar? I know that projector worked when it came out of the shop. Oh, okay, buddy. Well, here's the kicker. YouTube. I do YouTube unboxings on those projectors and different projectors. And here's an unboxing video of the projector not working. He never contacted me back after that. Nope. Now, I sat there and did some research and found out that there was something called signal burn. Was able to fix the projector, get it working, and learn something new in the process. So that's why I said, never look at anything like a bad thing. If God blesses you to get something, it's always going to be something there for you to learn at the end of the day. Just like when I got the projector, I was happy because I got it for $50. Got it for a good deal. Got it here. Projector didn't work. Naysayers were already saying at the end of the day, oh yeah, you're God at the end of the day. Your projector didn't even work. Yeah, blah, blah, this. See, this is the reason why you got to stop talking so much at the end of the day. You curse yourselves when you do stuff like that. You really do. Not only did we get the projector to work, but I learned something in the process. If I ever come across that problem again, I know how to fix them now. I know how to get around it. Learned something new, something I didn't even know about. And got the projector. So I just contacted them back and said, hey, look, keep in the projector, keep the $60, because then you got to be careful, because the devil, boy, he's something else. The devil came in there that quick and said, hey, look, you can keep the money and you can keep the projector. Because as far as he knows at the end of the day, he probably hates me repeating this, all he knows at the end of the day that the projector is broken. eBay is going to decide in your favor. So at the end of the day, you can keep both the money and the projector. And then I said to Satan, I've done this one already. I've already sinned. I've done wrong things at the end of the day. I'm not doing this at all, period. So we're going to let him know that the projector does work. We fixed it. And next time, be honest about it. So here we go right there. Yeah, you can't get away with that stuff, man. You don't get away with nothing. Everything you do is jotted in that book of life at the end of the day. So I got to do right. I got to do right. The Lord's not going to be to bless my hand with all this technology we're blessed to have every day. If I'm out there sinning and carrying on, God do what's right with God. On top of that, this is a man that hung himself on the cross for me. He died for me. I owe him everything. So, no, we ain't doing that. So I told Satan, get behind me and goodbye. Contacted the guy, told him from the door, and Satan's right on top of him. You don't got to tell him, you got to tell him. Oh, I'm telling him. I'm definitely telling him. Hey, buddy, got your projector to work. It's working perfectly fine. Keep the $60. Oh, you hated that, though. I hated that at the end of the day. Keep the $60. Got it working. It was a signal burn that you had in your system. Next time, please, if you're going to be selling a projector, when you say it's been fully tested, tell the truth. I think the reason why he didn't say anything because he thought nobody would probably buy it because the HDMI doesn't work. But guess what? We would have bought it. Didn't make a difference because I can override it. I know how to fix it. I can get around that. That's why you got to be honest on that. He still would have got a blessing out of that. Still would have got a blessing because I still would have bought it. Oh, HDMI don't work? We don't care. We got projectors over here that don't even have HDMI. I still would have bought it from them. So it pays just to be honest. All right, we got no commercials popping up on this, so they got some good ones over here. Because the other one I had was real nice. I liked it. I did. But the commercials, man, it was just commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial. And these were long commercials. That something like 20 and 30 minutes sitting on top. I'm like, gee whiz Louise. All right, let me see. So I like what he's got over here. He's got some really good stuff. Where are we at for time here? We're over time, people. We got to go. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to keep these down to a minimum right here. We got something playing in the background. Something. It's like having 30 windows open up. I'm like, I hear music from somewhere. Beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. Remember this? Those who remember. Remember After Dark screensavers? I used to love loading those up on people's PCs. Let's put extra stuff on the PC that's going to work on their stuff. Especially when you get somebody who doesn't know anything about computers whatsoever, and you go over and fix their stuff for them, and they'd be all amazed, like, oh my goodness, you got it to work. Like, yeah, I got to work so and so. And I added some extra stuff on there too. I just put all kinds of stuff on the PC. And I got you this new screensaver for the After Dark. Download all these different stuff they have to their PC and stuff like that. Stuff to enhance their audio system on there. You remember the audio system? You would pop up. It had the digital surround round for Dolby, and it had speakers on each side. And had a little hit in the middle with the headsets, and sound be transferred back and forth. I was uploading all kinds of stuff on their PC. Learned a lot about people too. I learned a lot about people in my neighborhood when I was building computers, and I was out there. I was going to people's homes. I was doing home repair and home installments. So I just go right to your house and do it. And mind you, you live in the hood. You don't got a lot of places to build and fix computers at all. Period. There's like if your machine breaks, then you got no place really to go. Most people would just pretty much probably try to get another one or try to get something at Rent a Center or something like that, or maybe to find some place and they'll charge them through the roof, and they're not going to really tell them the truth on their parts and stuff. I'm not saying all of them, but most places do that. And then one day I was up on the porch and I was stripping down a machine, putting it together, and some guy was in the car, drove up and said, "Hey, you work on computers?" I guess I do. He says, "Okay." Oh, that was a funny day too. It was an interesting day. He was a big guy too. He's a really big guy. He's a Muslim guy, real big guy getting out of the car. Mine, you're handing your computer over to some guy. I can understand where he's coming from. You're handing your computer over to somebody at the end of the day that, your entire life is on that machine, and you're trusting me with your machine to fix this machine for you. But you ain't got really any choice, because like I said, there's no place where you take a machine at to get it fixed. You know, I'd be in the same boat too if I wasn't blessed to learn how to do this. But yeah, big guy gets out of the car and he tried to be intimidating. Like, I don't know. I guess I understand from his point of view because, I got this machine at the end of the day. He says, well, how much you want to charge? He said, what you need? I said, he needs an operating system. His operating system has crashed. And he wanted a new one anyway in there. I got to get my charger here somewhere. He wanted a new one anyway. I was like, okay, I got a new one. I'll set it up for you. So we ran diagnostics, see if he had all the parts and everything. Took his door off and look all through it, cleaned it, because I cleaned the whole thing out, and see if he had everything he needed to run it. And ran the whole Windows. He wanted Windows XP on it. Yeah, 98. I had to upgrade that thing a little bit, put in some extra hard drive, stuff like that, RAM, all that stuff like that. CPU and everything was pretty good. But other than that, yeah, I got a system up and going and everything. And I had my PCs in there. My PCs had side doors and fans that lit up and all that stuff, so they're not used to seeing. You know what I mean? We're all different colors and stuff. All my stuff was all modded out. And he was a little late, and I had class later on that day. I built myself a Makawaki, if you know what those things are. Those things are it's like a strike post. And I didn't have the money to buy one. They're very expensive. So I got a 5-gallon bucket and I got a post and stuck it into some quick dry cement, and I would practice out on the porch. I was wearing my full uniform on. I was on the porch when I trained. I always have my full uniform on. So because the way he came at me was really nasty. But, I understand. I got your machine at the end of the day. But still is a better way to do business. But then when you live in a neighborhood like that, you don't know who's going to get you, who's going to try to take, you don't know. But anyway, I can understand his point of view. But I'm out there training, getting ready, because the next day I got to go to class and, for training and all. And he gets out of the car and I walk up to him. I said, yeah, your machine's ready, like that. So he looked down, he saw the whole uniform and everything, and his whole attitude completely changed. Because I didn't do it to be intimidated. I'm training because next day I have to go to school, and I have to I'm training in class with my sensei, and I'm just trying to, get it all together. I got Dawson taken care of. I got my own household. I'm in training. I'm building these computers now, and that's blowing up now in the neighborhood. So it's like, and I got to keep up with my training and everything at the same time. So yeah, I get in as much as I possibly can, and I like training on a porch anyway. So comes overseas. Oh, you're trained, eh? You know how to fight, right? I said, yeah, I know how to fight. He was like, so you could have just tossed me all over the place. And, I tossed you all over the place. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Making size has nothing to do with it. I don't know why people get in the whole height and all that stuff. Size has nothing to do with it. A big guy comes at you, has nothing to do. He has kneecaps, don't he? You know what happens if you blow someone's kneecap clean out? You drop down low, boom, take the kneecap out. Mind you, legs are longer than the arms. You don't even have to get close to a person if you know how to use your legs. Most people don't even use their legs. They use their arms because that's how their brains function. People who fight martial arts use their legs all the time. When we take you out, then we get close to you and we bring our arms out. Then we fight with our hands. But yeah, you got to think. This guy's a big guy. Most of the time, I can just sidestep. You'll tire yourself out. I don't even have to touch you. You'll do more damage to yourself. So yeah, you got to think when you basically, and my process at the time, like if you walked up on the stairs, that's the worst place you want to be because you're literally on the stairs. There's somewhere where to push or kick you. You got a flight of stairs waiting for you. Yeah, that's why I said when you're talking to somebody, be on the side at least, or be somewhere up there, but don't be on the edge of it. But yeah, anyway, we had the conversation. He ended up becoming my best friend. Actually, one of my best friends. I just come down. We had the conversation all the time. We talk about it. Yeah, I know Mr. Bird was trained. They knew. I'm not gonna say his name because if I say his name and these idiots mention him, your life is gone. I'm gonna put it that way. Because these people that I was training with were extremely well connected. I mean, they're very well connected. So somebody somewhere knows that name, and a good chance they're going to look you up and they're going to come get you. So I try to not say certain things on camera because these guys are very, very stupid and they do dumb stuff. And that's why I don't say certain things. And that's why I don't mention certain people that I used to hang with back in the day, because these people have relatives and family and friends, and they will fly down and come get you. So, yeah, that's why I don't say certain things. I say it in order to protect certain, even though you guys are jerks, and you are jerks, I say certain things in certain ways because you're idiots. It's like giving a baby a handgun. That's what you're like. So if I say certain things, you'll take it to heart and do something stupid, and these people will come see you. So it'll be like that. So that's why I don't mention my sensei's name, because he's very heavily connected. So long story short, everybody in the neighborhood knew him, and I was like, yeah, that's who trained me. So, oh my God, you trained under that guy? That guy's crazy. He's in psychotic stuff. He's really crazy. He's a good fighter, extremely good fighter. But anyway, I was trained under him. So we got to talking and joking and laughing. He went upstairs. You want to come upstairs and check out the PC? He's like, yeah. He comes upstairs, and then he hears the dogs barking. Like, I'm not gonna die. No, they're all locked down. They can't get to you. They have their own little rooms. They're good. So we get upstairs, and he sees my stuff, my setup. He goes, wow, man, you got a little mini NASA up here, man. You got NASA. You're launching rockets from here? I said, nah, man, it's just all a little crazy setup. I come up here and chill, relax, and stuff like that. He says, where's my PC? I said, I got it over there, man. He said, wow, wait, can you do mine like that? I said, yeah, I can put LED lights in it, whatever you want, with peekaboo windows, all that stuff. He said, yeah, so I'm gonna leave it here. Here, I'm gonna give you another $150, you know, and then from there. So I made $150 on the installment, and then another $150 to set it up. And I had a buddy in the neighborhood, and instead of going to like Tiger Direct and all them places to buy my parts, I found this guy in the neighborhood who basically had tons of fans and all the cool stuff I like, and he did wholesale. And me and him were pretty cool, so he gave me a hookup at the end of the day, and I brought some customers his way. You know, we all worked together. So everybody in the neighborhood had a place to get their PCs built. I swing some business his way. I go buy parts his way. I can direct business his way. We direct business back and forth. We all work together. And I thought that was pretty interesting. But I got a chance to meet some real interesting people. I used to think everybody in the hood just had dogs. Maybe a few cats in here, but everybody just had pit bulls. I didn't realize that people in the hood had the most exotic pets I've ever seen in my life. Some really crazy exotic pets. I've seen a guy with a 6-foot electric eel. Who knew? This guy had a 6-foot eel in his basement, and it was in water in a tank and all that, and he named it Pico. Those of you from Philadelphia know what I mean by Pico. Pico is the electric company in Philly. That's the name of the eel, was Pico. I've seen a frog named Bastard, which was a big, huge toad, and it had one long little leg, and it had a big, giant leg. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But, you know, the guy loved it. He would lick. I've seen frogs take the tongue out and hit something, come back, but not this one. This would hit the glass, and the tongue would just lick all around the glass, like some kind of alien. I was like, oh, so that's why you named him Bastard. Because the name of the dog was named Bastard. He was gross. You remember Booger? Booger on freaking Revenge of the Nerds. Remember he met that guy? He said, teach me, master. Yeah, those two combined together, it would have been Bastard. Bastard was nasty. He was something else. But he was beautiful in his own way to his owner. And on top of that, I seen black scorpions. Black scorpions, piranhas, all kinds of stuff. I seen chickens. I seen an emu one time. I seen an alligator. Freaking alligator. Got an alligator in his basement called Snappy. Yeah. Yeah, just about everything you can think of. They've had all kinds of cool stuff, man. I'm like, wow. Freaking impressed. Like, I thought everybody just had dogs. I just seen when I've done with dogs. I didn't really have exotic pets like that. Pretty cool. Birds. I've seen a lot of birds. A lot of freaking birds. The toucan. That's the first time I saw a toucan up close. Wow. Follow your nose wherever it goes. That was a big, big bird. The refrigerators are like, the cages are huge. You ever seen the double door cages? Those cages are that big. So for some reason, when I would go by this guy's house, it sounded like a power drill and a baby screaming at the same time. Like, yeah. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like that noise. And sure enough, he was out there one day. We got to talking. And I said, what's that noise, man? It's crazy noise. Every time I go past there, I said, oh, that's toucan. So we go in there, and it shows the cage, how big it is. I didn't get a chance to see it yet. It's a black toucan. Them things are gorgeous. So yeah, it's on the side of a cage. And as he goes upstairs, I gotta look at this thing. I'm a peeking, and then I was about to stick my finger, and he came downstairs and screamed at me like, get your finger out of it. What's wrong with you? You gonna lose that? And I'm thinking, like, what are you talking about? I said, no, I go through this every single time. This is why they're moving the cage upstairs. He has parties sometimes. He used to be a DJ, and people have a habit of sticking their fingers in the cage and losing a finger. It'll take your finger clean off. You show me this big hard walnut, that thing would just crushed it like it was nothing. It was as easy as me basically balling up a piece of paper. That's how easy it crushed that walnut. That thing would have taken one of my fingers off. Yeah, it's a big black toucan. Gorgeous. I think it's a $15,000 bird he paid for. $15,000 for a bird. But he wanted one, he got one. Yeah, okay, people, we had a nice little talk there, didn't we? Yes, we did. All right, so my projector just died, which means I just realized that this will not be enough to charge it at all, period. So that's good to know. At least we did the experiment, right? And we got one little battery out of that. That's basically about it. But hey, we MacGyvered it. It didn't work. MacGyver! Next week on MacGyver, we're going to take a stick of chewing gum, a piece of tin foil, and we're going to build a car. There's a Cybertruck around here. Literally, I was talking to somebody. I go to the park sometimes and sit down and chill. And I'm going to plug it into my PC. I go to the park sometimes and sit down and chill. And I know a lot of the people. I know a lot of the crossing guards out there. And I was like, whose Cybertruck is that? There's only a Cybertruck out here. It belongs to a lawyer in one of the law firms a little farther up. But yeah, he has a Cybertruck. And guess what the thing is? He's trying to get rid of it and he can't. That's what he's been trying to do. He has this conversation out there. He says, yeah, I can't get rid of it, man. I don't know what to do with it, man. Like, I can't even get rid of it. It's not something like I can easily park in my garage and hide it at the end of the day. It's just there. He says, I can't even, mind you, all the other cars that Tesla makes, you can pretty much get away with changing the emblems. A Cybertruck, forget about that. You are not going to need to change that thing out. But yeah. It's hilarious. I've seen him a couple of times. So I was like, yeah, he's got the Cybertruck. Said, yeah. You know he's trying to sell that thing? I said, he ain't going to sell it. He ain't no place he can sell it at. No one wants him. I don't know. Maybe take it to somebody who can maybe change out the chassis on it. I mean, if I was stuck with that thing at the end of the day, and I paid that kind of money, I mean, pretty much it has the tires of a Warhog. I would turn it into a Halo. One of those Warhogs for Halo. That's what I would turn into. Definitely. Take off that whole chassis, reconstruct it. That's me a lot of money. That's a lot of money to do, but not really. Everything's intact. You would have to change the outer chassis of the body. Now I gotta look that up and see if that's possible. Mechanic, you're a mechanic in the day, you probably could tell me that. So if you do, post below and say, hey, that's possible. Can you change out? You can change like you're changing the chassis, right? But how much of the chassis is actually attached to the car? And then one thing I know about Teslas, I know from Medora, they use optic fiber lighting. No, I'm sorry, optic fiber wiring. I know that for a fact. You ever notice why you never see a Tesla limo? You don't see them. You've never seen one before because it's impossible to do it. And the reason why, because I tried to get one done. I had some very serious money coming through, and I was thinking about going out and getting myself a Tesla limo. And the reason why you can't chop one of those in half and turn it into a limo is because the optic fiber lighting that feeds through that truck to the vehicle. So basically, in order for that thing to be able to respond to all the sensors and all the commands that goes on in that truck, to extend those and cut the line to extend those would basically cause a delay and the activation time for everything to trigger onto that truck. I was literally told that. That's why you never see a Tesla limo. Look it up. There's not one. They can't make them. It's like if you're running like internet and you have a long cable run and the signal just seems slower because it takes so long for the signal to get there from A to B to one you're having where it's right there connected to the box where the signal just pops up because you're closer to the box. It's the same reaction. That's why you don't see limo versions of them because they can't make them, because if the line is too long, it has a delay that pops up, and this can cause all kinds of problems that the system basically relies on. Yep, that's why you never see a limo. I called a special company that can cut anything in half, and they said we can't do them. We can't do them. It's virtually impossible to do them. That's why you don't see one. And think about it. You never saw one. They custom every vehicle in a limo. They don't do those. They can't. Besides, you don't want to do that one anyway. But still, they can't. That's why. The optic fiber wiring, they got through those things. Anyway, that's basically about it. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to charge up, and that's pretty much it. What are we doing today? We got the floor over there pipelining. Oh, I got to shut the door and let Cat out for a little bit so you can run around for a little bit. So, I don't even know, to tell you the truth, honestly. We got multiple things we can work on and play around with. Gee whiz, I am stuck right now. I have no idea where I'm going with this. All right, we'll figure out something. Maybe some invisible screen technology. I don't know. Front and rear. Have we done any front and rear yet? We haven't done front and rear yet. All right, we got one over there. Oh, let's set that up and do a front and rear display. All right, okie dokie. We'll do a front and rear display. That's what we'll do. All right. Well, we can't be back right now. I got some stuff I got to do, and then later on I'll come back and then we'll do some other stuff. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Again, if you're interested in the products, just pop over to our website. The only thing we have on the website right now, because these screens are still in development, is we do have the technology of it there. It's our quantum. Oh no, I forgot we do have a demonstration to do. We got to bleed one of these screens out in the dark. Yeah, I want to do a short video of that because I have to do that for somebody on their somebody wanted to see that done on a forum site. They say, you're a liar. That's not true. You can't do that. I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. He wasn't being mean or nasty. He just basically like, no, it's not possible. He's a gray screen worshipper. That's what he is. He's a gray screen worshipper. We must make him a believer. I'm gonna do like what was it? Far Cry. Was it Far Cry? Far Cry. Just say yes. Let me see. Turn this off. Just say yes. Oh, I hope they make another Far Cry. I love Far Cry so much. Just say yes. I would say out of the Far Cry series, that would have been one of the most creepiest ones I've played. And then the other one with the guy from India. Oh my goodness, I didn't see that ending coming. What in the world? What in the world? I didn't even see that coming. Didn't know that was going to even happen. I was like, what in the world? Let me get this back up. Yeah, all this so far is the lights on. We got the spray on application roughly about 50% done. We're still working on that concentrating coating. Hopefully by the end of this month, hopefully we'll have it finished and done. That's the spray on version. We need to have it done before the summertime kicks in because again, that coating can be used for basically converting inflatable screens. So, as a bleed-through process. All right, let me see. We got 2 charges on the battery right there because we're charging from the PC. That's what we're doing right now. And we had over here, working over here on this one over here, like, I'm a charger, disguised as a charger, being a charger. That's what it kind of felt like. Oh, yeah, fire stick is still running. Cool. We don't want to see all that. Goodbye. So this is 50 lumens Magsonic. And this is, keep in mind, people say, but you said you don't use knockoff projectors. Here's the thing. I've had the Magsonic for over 7 years. I've had it that long. Probably a lot longer than that. I gotta say, maybe almost 10 years, maybe. Because I had this when I was making gray screen paint. This is how old this projector is. And it's still here. It still works. So it's the only one that we can honestly sit there and say, hey, it works with our stuff because we've had it for years. So that's how I know. Anything else, I would not basically suggest to do so. The only screen I can say that would work with a knockoff projector with no problem would be those. Those visible screens would pick up with no problem. But any of the darker screens, they're just not going to read it. Vancouver. There's the fire. I think I'm going to keep the fire stick here. I'm going to keep the fire stick here. I'm going to keep the PlayStation for over there. I do have to paint the PlayStation, which is going to be getting a cyberpunk look to it. We're going to put a nice design on it. So I'm going to start working on that one. Let me see. Well, it has to glow in the dark. The whole thing has to glow in the dark. And then we got to put the LED light strip through system through it. So we got to paint it up. Oh, we're gonna give it a pretty cool paint job. I want yellow, pink, and sky blue on it. I definitely want that, but no trace of white. Oh, I got the design already in my head. How do I do it? I'm gonna hook it up. Definitely gonna hook it up. And I got to do a, because the cables and stuff are black. So I need to get a new controller. I haven't had a controller I had a controller for like 11 years. I think that controller is done. And just give me another controller. I'll get it in a different color. If I get it pink, then I'm going to basically put blue into it. I definitely want to paint my controller. Definitely want to do a nice design with it. Controller pink with blue or white into it. Cartoon Network. Oh. Oh man, really? Here we got an update. I'm watching Craig and the Creek. Let's see, now that we don't have anything on here. What do we have in our managed apps? Watch my apps. Nothing on here. Let me see what we have on here. We got, okay, the browser, Netflix, Comedy Central, History Channel. That would be me. Why do we have Lifetime on here? I don't even freaking watch Lifetime. You can uninstall that. I have no idea why we had that on here. I have to take that off. We don't need it. I definitely need my Cartoon Network. Alright. Let me see. Anything left on there? Let me see. Netflix with the cartoon. Okay, there we go. Update. Yeah, get the Lifetime on there. Anything for the freaking Cartoon Network. I really don't watch. Only thing I watch on my Fire Stick is YouTube and freaking Cartoon Network. That's the only thing I watch. You can't eat cereal without cartoons. I don't know how people do it. We used to have fights about reading the side of the box. You remember that when you were a kid? You and your brothers and stuff fighting over the box. You had to basically rock, paper, scissors. Whoever got to read the back of the box, or the back of the box is where everything was going on. God forbid if you got that one side where you had the ingredients and how many calories was in it. That part sucked. Yep. Fighting over who gets the back of the box. Alright, are we updated? Alright. Cartoon Network. Oh, Godzilla versus King Kong. Yay! What do we got in Hello Kitty? Hello Kitty, Unicorn Kitty. That's my shot. Unicorn Kitty. Okay, we got Weeby Bears. Man, they got rid of this one show in here I really liked. Weeby Bears. Yeah, but I don't want that cartoon. Are you just gonna force me through these freaking weird commercials? I don't want that. Oh, controls don't run into ads. I forgot. Hey, isn't that kind of slick? So you can't operate the controls while ads are running. Yeah, so they can market toys to your kids. So even if you're adult and you came in and you saw this and you want to go, oh heck no, and you basically try to get out of this, you can't. You can't get out of this until the ads are done. They make sure you watch those ads and kids get those toys. Forced advertisement. And I didn't even want to watch this. I'm not into UV Bears. Well, I do watch them, but it got to be nothing on. We got some Scooby-Doo in there. We got the retro cartoons in there. Some Tom and Jerry. I like the old schools too. Can we get to what I want to watch? Let me see. All right. I ain't asked for that. Oh, we got freaking crazy. Where's my See, and there's the advertising popping up. Ain't no way around them. You didn't see I get a hot second to go in there and be able to. That must be the update. Just force advertisement on you. So what's going on live TV? What do we got going on live? The NBA. Update. Are we updating everything on this thing? I'm gonna launch with updating because I'm not basically gonna be watching this. I just want to check it out. We'll have to go and update everything. Kudos. One hands it and scores. That's what I'm talking about. This is us all live. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, that technology is available on our website. That one is not available on the website yet. This one won't be coming out for I don't know how long. The TV technology stuff we developed, that's going to take some time. Paperwork has come back from that from the United States government, so we can lock it all down. If you've seen the previous problems we had with people touching our copyrights, you know why we have to lock everything down. You should lock it down regardless. That's the reason why I'm glad we locked everything down, so we can get that taken care of. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology, because if it wasn't for him, none of this would ever be possible. Gotta go, and God bless. Oh, button's over here, bird.